Welcome to this deep dive. And today we're going to crack open a book by Spier
Oh, cool.
called The Education of a Value Investor.
Mm-hmm.
And basically, we're going to follow along his journey, going from like a Wall Street newbie to, someone much wiser.
Right.
And it's not just about stocks, though. I mean, this book is packed with, insights into like decision-making, mentors, and, rewiring your thinking for success.
Yeah, it's fascinating how his story sort of transcends just the world of finance.
Exactly.
He really emphasizes recognizing your biases, right? Like all the things that influence how we think and how we make decisions, and the importance of really, creating an environment for yourself that's conducive to long-term thinking, to to making the best decisions possible. And it is a journey of transformation, not just in a financial sense, but also in a personal sense as well.
And we're going to follow Spier as he kind of navigates this, cutthroat world of Wall Street, starting with his time at D.H. Blair, a firm that, let's just say, had a reputation.
Okay.
He was, drawn in by that allure of like venture capital and banking, thinking he'd be working on groundbreaking deals and making a fortune.
So what's so interesting about this is Spier even knew about a New York Times article that exposed some of D.H. Blair's pretty shady practices, like preventing their investors from selling stock if they wanted to. But he still joined the firm.
Yeah.
So it really begs the question, like, how do we balance our ambition with integrity?
Totally.
Especially when we're faced with these tempting opportunities.
Yeah, he even admits that, this desire to appear successful to like his Harvard classmates.
Oh, wow.
Sort of clouded his judgment. It's a cautionary tale about how, external validation can kind of lead us down a slippery slope. He was so focused on, that outer scorecard, those outward signs of success, that he ignored the warning signs and kind of compromised his values.
Yeah, and this internal conflict really comes to a head with the Telechips deal. So it was like this really promising company way ahead of its time. They had this device that combined a computer and a telephone, but instead of, celebrating this innovative technology, D.H. Blair intentionally sabotaged the deal to pressure Telechips into accepting a lower valuation for the company.
It's a stark reminder that even in the world of high finance, like ethics matter. And this experience really shook Spier. He realized that, chasing quick riches in this kind of toxic environment could cost him more than just money.
Right.
It could cost him his reputation and his integrity.
The Telechips deal really was a turning point for him.
Yeah.
He realized that staying at D.H. Blair would further compromise his values. And so it's a powerful lesson in, recognizing when your environment is misaligned with your goals, and then having the courage to make a change, to walk away from a lucrative position because it clashes with your ethical compass. That's
huge.
Yeah.
Yeah. Big deal.
It is a big deal. And it really set him on this new trajectory.
Yeah.
And he realized that he needed to redefine success on his own terms. He was done with, chasing the outer scorecard, those superficial markers of achievement, and instead he shifted his focus to, developing an inner scorecard, a set of principles that would guide his decision and shape his path.
And this is where Warren Buffett enters the picture.
Okay.
Yeah. So, disillusioned with Wall Street, Spier finds inspiration in Buffett's approach to investing.
Yeah.
And he really immerses himself in Buffett's letters to shareholders, studying his philosophy and even using visualization techniques to try and model Buffett's thinking.
Wow, that's commitment.
Yeah, he was seeking a mentor who embodied the values that he now prioritized. Integrity, long-term thinking, and a focus on intrinsic value.
And he even visited Buffett's office.
Yes.
Not to pitch an idea, not to seek a job, but just to observe
just this
environment. The environment that Buffett had cultivated.
Yeah. It's like he was trying to absorb Buffett's wisdom through osmosis or something.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And this brings us to another crucial aspect of Spier's journey, the power of mentorship. And it wasn't just about, idolizing Warren Buffett from afar. Spier actively sought out mentors who could guide him on this new path.
Yeah.
And one of those mentors came into his life in a rather unexpected way.
Okay. So
he met Monish Pabrai, another highly successful value investor, at a conference.
Okay.
What started as a chance encounter blossomed into a really profound mentorship.
Wow.
all thanks to a simple thank you note.
That's amazing.
Isn't that amazing? It just speaks volumes about the power of genuine connection and gratitude.
Yeah.
That one small act of appreciation opened the door
Wow.
to a relationship that would so deeply influence Spier's life, both personally and professionally.
And, Pabrai introduced him to this whole network of like-minded investors, exposing him to different way of thinking about life and business.
Yeah.
I mean, it's amazing how a simple gesture can lead to such profound changes.
Yeah.
And their connection went even deeper.
Oh, yeah?
When they decided to do something pretty extraordinary together.
What's that?
They pooled their resources and bid on a charity lunch with Warren Buffett.
Oh, wow.
Think about that.
That's amazing.
Spier went from being, disillusioned with the world of finance to having lunch with one of his, investing idols.
Right.
That lunch really solidified his commitment to, value investing and the principles that it represented.
He found his tribe.
Yeah.
A community of investors who share his values and his long-term vision.
And so inspired by Buffett and Pabrai, Spier embarked on this mission to create what he calls a Buffett-Pabrai environment for himself.
Okay.
He recognized that, our surroundings play a huge role in shaping our decisions and behavior. So he made some pretty drastic changes.
Like what?
Starting with his location. He packed up his family.
Oh, wow.
And moved from the hustle and bustle of New York City to Zurich.
That's a big change.
It is.
Yeah.
And this wasn't just a change of scenery.
Right.
Zurich's culture, with its emphasis on trust and understated wealth, aligned perfectly with Spier's newfound values.
Yeah.
It was a strategic move to escape that constant pressure of keeping up with the Joneses.
Yeah.
And to create a calmer, more intentional lifestyle.
Very intentional.
And he didn't stop there.
Oh, no.
He went all in on optimizing his environment, even redesigning his office.
Oh, wow.
To create a space conducive to clear thinking.
Okay.
He divided it into a busy room for administrative tasks.
Okay.
And then a library for focused reading and reflection.
That's brilliant.
Yeah.
I mean, it's such a great example of how our physical space can impact our mental state. By consciously designing his environment to minimize distractions and promote focus, I mean, he was setting himself up for better decision-making.
And this brings us to another fascinating aspect of Spier's approach.
Okay.
His meticulous system of rules and habits designed to support rational decision-making.
Interesting.
It's like he was building a personalized operating system for his mind.
I like that.
For example, he implemented a rule of avoiding direct contact with company management.
Interesting.
Now, this might seem counterintuitive,
right?
But Spier recognized that, face-to-face interactions could cloud his judgment. He wanted to base his investment decisions on objective analysis, not on persuasive pitches or emotional appeals.
Right.
And here's a really interesting one.
Okay.
He only allowed himself to buy and sell stocks when the market was closed.
That's a good one.
Right.
Yeah.
So this rule helped him detach from the emotional roller coaster of market fluctuations.
Right.
And, make decisions based on careful analysis rather than impulsive reactions.
It's about taking the emotion out of investing.
Yes.
And focusing on the fundamentals.
Exactly. And what's so interesting about Spier is that he wasn't simply copying Buffett's every move.
Right.
He was taking those, core principles of value investing and adapting them to create a system that worked for him.
Right.
Recognizing that success is as much about the system as it is about the individual.
And this is where we start to see Spier's unique approach to investing take shape.
Okay.
He understands that personal biases can influence our decisions, so he creates systems and rules to mitigate those weaknesses.
Yeah.
It's about recognizing our limitations and creating structures that support our strengths.
Totally.
And this leads us to a really fascinating part of Spier's journey.
Okay, let's hear it.
He starts to explore activities and mental models that go beyond the traditional balance sheet, venturing into areas that might seem unrelated to finance at first glance.
Okay, like what?
For instance, he becomes an avid player of bridge and chess.
Okay, so games.
Yeah.
But those are very strategic games.
They are. And, while they're seemingly recreational, they're actually incredibly valuable for developing skills like probabilistic thinking and pattern recognition.
And risk management.
Essential skills for any investor trying to make sense of complex markets.
And it gets even more interesting. He dives deep into the world of complex systems.
Yes.
Drawing parallels between economic behavior and things like ant colonies and sand piles.
I love this.
I mean, he's not just looking at financial statements.
Right.
He's trying to understand the underlying patterns and dynamics.
He's trying to see the bigger picture.
Yeah.
The interconnectedness of events.
And this brings us to a very personal aspect of Spier's journey.
Okay.
He was diagnosed with ADD.
Oh, wow.
Which, many might see as a disadvantage.
Right.
Especially in a field that demands focus and attention to detail.
You're right.
But Spier, instead of viewing it as a limitation, turns it into a strength.
This is where his self-awareness really shines through. He understands his tendency towards distraction and impulsivity and develops systems and workarounds to mitigate these weaknesses. He uses checklists, strict rules, and a carefully curated environment to support his unique needs.
He essentially hacked his own brain
to
optimize his performance.
I love that.
And, he starts to see all these seemingly disparate elements.
Right.
His ADD, his love of games, his fascination with complex systems as pieces of a puzzle that fit together to make him a better investor.
It's a reminder that we all have our own cognitive biases and limitations.
Right.
But by understanding them and creating systems that support our individual needs, we can make better decisions.
Yes.
Not just in investing, but in all aspects of life.
His journey at D.H. Blair ultimately served as a springboard, like propelling him toward a more fulfilling path.
Right.
But this is just the beginning.
Yeah.
Let's delve deeper into how he navigated, the challenges of the financial world.
Yeah.
And transformed himself not just as an investor, but as a person.
Okay, ready. What's so compelling about Spier's story is how he navigates the emotional turmoil of the financial world.
Right.
He doesn't shy away from sharing his struggles, especially during the 2008 financial crisis.
Right.
Remember that period when Bear Stearns was teetering on the brink of collapse?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, that was a time of immense uncertainty and fear in the markets.
And Spier had a significant portion of his fund's assets in a Bear Stearns cash account.
Oh, wow.
So while technically safe,
right,
the situation was incredibly stressful.
Oh, yeah.
It really tested his emotional resilience and the systems he'd put in place to manage risk. Imagine the pressure he must have felt.
I can't even imagine.
It highlights the importance of not just having a sound investment strategy, but also cultivating the mental and emotional fortitude to weather market storms.
Yeah.
Spier's story underscores that even the most well-prepared investors can be caught off guard by unforeseen events.
Yeah, and it wasn't just the broader market turmoil that tested him.
Right.
He also faced personal challenges.
Oh, yeah.
That impacted his investing journey.
Like what?
So he shares this story about his father.
Okay.
Who, despite Spier's repeated warnings against buying anything, being sold by, Wall Street, invested in Lehman Brothers bonds.
Oh, no.
It was a really painful experience for Spier, both personally and professionally.
It really shook him.
Yeah.
He felt this responsibility to protect his family's wealth.
Mm-hmm.
And this mistake made him question his own judgment. It's a reminder that even the most seasoned investors can be influenced by emotions and personal relationships.
But what's fascinating is how Spier channeled that experience into a learning opportunity.
Right.
It reinforced the importance of having a structural advantage of not being forced to sell at the worst possible time.
Right.
Due to investor redemptions.
Yeah.
He realized the power of Warren Buffett's structure with Berkshire Hathaway.
Yeah.
Which gives him the flexibility to ride out market downturns without succumbing to external pressure.
That's a valuable lesson for any investor.
Sure.
Understanding the importance of structure and long-term thinking can provide a crucial edge in navigating volatile markets.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Spier's ability to learn from his mistakes, both personal and professional, is a testament to his commitment to growth. And it's not just about financial lessons. He also sought inspiration from unexpected sources, like the story of Ernest Shackleton.
Oh, the Antarctic explorer?
Yeah.
Right.
So during the 2008 crisis, Spier found solace in Shackleton's incredible leadership.
Okay.
During his ill-fated Antarctic expedition,
Right.
Shackleton faced unimaginable challenges.
Oh, yeah.
Yet managed to save his entire crew.
Wow.
His story really resonated with Spier, reminding him that, Mistakes are inevitable.
Right.
But it's the ability to overcome adversity and learn from those mistakes that truly matters.
So Spier recognized that success isn't about avoiding failure.
Exactly.
It's about having the resilience to navigate challenges and emerge stronger on the other side.
Yeah.
And Shackleton's example provided him with like a powerful framework for dealing with the uncertainties of the financial markets.
And this focus on inner strength led Spier to explore even deeper questions about his own values and motivations.
Like what?
He delved into self-help books, worked with career coaches, and even explored like religion and philosophy.
Wow, so he was really on this like quest for self-improvement, seeking ways to align his outer success with inner fulfillment.
He wanted to become a better investor, but he also wanted to become a better person.
He even mentions how reading Robert Greene's 48 Laws of Power made him uncomfortable.
It's a little Machiavellian.
Yeah, it is. And, you know, those manipulative tactics described in the book, they didn't align with his values. He realized that true success isn't about, you know, playing zero-sum games or exploiting others.
It's about building genuine relationships, contributing value, and operating with integrity.
Exactly. He wanted to model himself after mentors like, you know, Buffett and Pabrai, who had achieved success without compromising their principles. And this distinction is so important. Spier wasn't just seeking, like, financial gain. He was seeking a way to live a life that was both successful and meaningful.
And this philosophy extended beyond his investing. He actively cultivated his network, joining organizations like the Entrepreneurs Organization. Not just for business connections, but to surround himself with people who embodied the qualities he admired.
He was very intentional about who he surrounded himself with and the environments he chose to be in.
He recognized that these factors could significantly impact his thinking and behavior. It's a reminder that we have the power to shape our own environments. And choose the influences that will guide our growth.
And this deliberate approach also influenced his hiring practices.
Oh, interesting. How?
Instead of relying on, you know, traditional methods, he focused on observing potential hires in, like, unguarded moments.
Oh, wow.
Seeking to understand their character and values.
So it wasn't just about skills and qualifications on paper. It was about finding people whose intrinsic motivations aligned with his company's values.
And this is where his philosophy of authenticity, like, really shines through. He rejects the need to, like, aggressively sell himself or his fund. Believing that true value speaks for itself. He focuses on building genuine connections and letting his actions speak louder than any, you know, marketing pitch.
That's powerful.
This is a powerful lesson for anyone, you know, seeking to build a successful business or career.
Absolutely.
It's
about shifting from a mindset of scarcity and self-promotion to one of abundance and genuine contribution. It's about believing in the value you offer and letting that speak for itself.
And this brings us to a really interesting anecdote about his relationship with Mohnish Pabrai. So Pabrai emailed him a stock tip out of the blue.
Wow.
Trusting him to, like, provide a second opinion.
That's huge.
This wasn't just a casual exchange. This was a testament to the depth of their relationship. Built on years of mutual respect and shared values.
It beautifully illustrates how mentorship can evolve into a true partnership, where each person benefits from the other's unique perspective and expertise.
And it's about creating a circle of trust and support.
Exactly.
Where you can freely share ideas and challenge each other to grow. Spier's journey is a reminder that true success is about so much more than just making money.
It is. It's about living a life that's aligned with your values, surrounded by people you admire. And constantly striving to become the best version of yourself.
And it's this pursuit of true value that leads us to, like, the heart of Spier's investment philosophy. He calls it value investing, but it's more than just, like, a strategy for picking stocks. It's a philosophy for life.
He talks about this quest for meaning beyond material possessions or professional achievement.
He even points out how both Buffett and Munger, two of the most successful investors of all time, have expressed that beyond a certain level of wealth, the relentless pursuit of more money can become an empty pursuit.
They've shifted their focus to philanthropy, to using their wealth to make a positive impact on the world.
And for Spier, This inner journey is intertwined with his success as an investor.
Yeah.
He realizes that understanding his own fears, insecurities, and biases is crucial for making sound decisions.
It's about being honest with yourself.
Yeah.
Recognizing your weaknesses and finding ways to mitigate them.
He recounts how confronting his fear of loss during the 2008 crisis helped him stay rational and capitalize on opportunities that others were too afraid to touch.
Yeah.
He learned that fear can be paralyzing, but it can also be a powerful motivator if channeled correctly.
Right.
He embraced his own limitations, accepting that aiming for decent returns that consistently beat the market is a more sustainable approach than chasing the highest possible gains.
Yeah.
It's about playing the long game, focusing on steady growth rather than risky bets.
He even talks about the psychological comfort he gets from having a significant portion of his portfolio in Berkshire Hathaway, knowing that Buffett's steady hand is guiding a portion of his investments. It's about finding anchors of stability. Investments that provide a sense of security and peace of mind.
It's like he's built this diversified portfolio not just of stocks, but of mentors, principles, and practices that support his overall well-being.
Yeah.
He's not just investing in companies. He's investing in himself, in his growth, and in his long-term happiness.
He's constantly experimenting, learning, and adapting, whether it's through self-help books, career coaching, or exploring different spiritual traditions.
He's embracing this ongoing journey of self-discovery.
He is.
Recognizing that becoming a better investor is also about becoming a better person.
And that's what makes Spier's story so powerful.
Totally.
It's a reminder that success isn't a destination. It's an ongoing process of learning, adapting, and aligning your actions with your values.
It's about recognizing that true success encompasses more than just financial wealth. It's about finding fulfillment, purpose, and meaning in all aspects of your life. So it seems like Spier's journey really highlights this interconnectedness between investing and personal growth.
Totally.
It's not just about picking stocks. It's about understanding yourself, your motivations, your values.
Yeah, it's about aligning your financial goals with your overall life goals.
Totally.
And a key aspect of that alignment, as Spier discovered, is defining what true value means to you. It goes beyond the price of a stock or the balance in your bank account. It's about finding meaning and purpose in your endeavors.
So how does someone actually apply this idea of value investing as a life philosophy?
Okay.
So it sounds a bit abstract.
Think about it this way.
Okay.
Just as a value investor, carefully researches a company, looking beyond the hype to understand its intrinsic worth. We can apply that same scrutiny to our own lives.
So it's like taking stock of our own inner balance sheet.
Exactly.
Assessing our strengths, weaknesses, and the things that truly bring us joy and fulfillment.
And just as a value investor seeks out companies with a solid foundation and a long-term vision, we can apply those same principles to our personal and professional lives.
Are we building our lives on that? Solid foundation of integrity, purpose.
Meaningful relationships.
Yeah, and meaningful relationships. So it's about making choices that are sustainable and fulfilling in the long run, rather than chasing short-term gains or fleeting pleasures.
Spier emphasizes that this approach to life requires constant self-reflection and a willingness to adjust course when necessary.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's about being honest with ourselves about our motivations, recognizing our biases, and seeking out mentors and experiences that challenge us to grow.
It's interesting that he emphasizes the importance of having mentors, not just in investing, but in all aspects of life.
Yeah, I think he views them as invaluable guides on this journey of personal and professional development.
Yeah, and he talks about how his mentors, like Buffett and Spier, provided him with not just, financial wisdom, but also with a model for ethical leadership and a fulfilling life. They demonstrated that success doesn't have to come at the expense of integrity or personal happiness.
For Spier's story, it reminds us that we don't have to figure everything out on our own. Seeking out guidance from those who have already navigated the path we're on can be incredibly valuable.
And it seems like he also emphasizes the importance of learning from our mistakes.
Yes. Absolutely.
And just in investing, but in life in general.
He shares his own experiences with setbacks and failures, not with a sense of regret, but with the sense of curiosity and a desire to learn from those experiences.
He views mistakes as inevitable stepping stones
Yeah.
on the path to growth.
It's a reminder that we don't have to be perfect.
Yeah.
What matters is our ability to acknowledge our mistakes, learn from them, and keep moving forward.
And this ties back to his earlier point about
Yes.
having the courage to walk away from situations that compromise our values.
Exactly.
He learned from his time at D.H. Blair
Right.
that staying in a toxic environment can be far more costly than any potential financial gain.
It's about having the self-awareness to recognize when a situation is no longer serving us and the courage to make a change, even if it means walking away from something.
Yeah.
That seems promising on the surface.
And this brings us to a crucial point.
Yeah.
Spier emphasizes that true value investing isn't just about maximizing returns.
It's not just about the numbers.
It's about finding a balance between financial success
and personal fulfillment. He learned from observing Buffett and Munger that beyond a certain point, the relentless pursuit of wealth can become an empty pursuit.
They found greater meaning in using their resources to make a positive impact on the world through philanthropy.
And Spier seems to echo this sentiment. He's not just focused on building his own wealth. He's interested in using his resources to support causes he believes in and to create a positive legacy.
So it's about recognizing that true wealth encompasses more than just financial assets.
It's about living a life of purpose, contributing to something larger than yourself, and leaving the world a better place than you found it.
Spier's story provides a compelling framework for thinking about success.
It does.
Not just in investing, but in life.
It's a call to action to define our own values, seek out mentors who inspire us, or create an environment that supports our growth both personally and professionally.
And what's so inspiring about Spier's journey is that it demonstrates that this path is available to all of us.
It is.
We don't have to be financial wizards or Wall Street tycoons to apply these principles to our lives.
We can all start by asking ourselves some simple but powerful questions.
Like what?
What truly matters to us?
Wow.
What are our core values?
Who inspires us?
Exactly. And what steps can we take today to create a life that reflects our definition of true success?
Those are the questions that can guide us on our own journeys of personal and professional growth.
By embracing the principles of value investing, not just in our finances, but in our lives, we can create a more fulfilling and meaningful future.
So as you continue on your own deep dive into the world of investing and personal growth, remember that true success isn't the destination.
It's a journey.
It's a journey of continuous learning. Adaptation,
and contribution. And like Guy Spier, you have the power to shape that journey and create a life that reflects your own unique definition of true value.
Such great advice.
Thank you.